Brazil going head-to-head on Saturday. And then the quarterfinals wrapping up with Colombia and underdog Panama. With these two sides taking to the pitch here today, Ecuador and Argentina, to a huge ovation at NRG Stadium.
Do Equador com as cores, o torcedor equatoriano nas arquibancadas.
Of course, Lionel Messi in Argentina receiving huge crowds and huge ovations and huge attention everywhere they go. Here in the United States, back home in Argentina, around the world. Perhaps the most recognized international team shirt at the moment. And riding high with 3 trophies over the last few years. Hoping to add another here in 2024. Have to win tonight to keep that hope alive. Ecuador certainly capable of causing a surprise. Remember, if this game is level after 90 minutes, we will go straight to penalties. No extra time until the final of this tournament. That does mean that underdogs have a better chance of knocking off favorites because it's 30 fewer minutes that you have to negotiate as an underdog side. In just a minute, we'll listen to the national anthems of these two nations and then bring you the starting 11s and kickoff. Argentina and Ecuador in the 2024 Copa America quarterfinals. It's next.
Nacional de Argentina. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Ecuador. Les pedimos se mantengan de pie para el himno nacional de Ecuador.
Troféu.
The national anthems of Art.
দেখা হয় নাই চক্ষু মেলিয়া নিজের ফোনে মাইজিপি খুলিয়া
কি কোন
এক নম্বর জিনিস পাইতে হইলে যেমন জায়গা মতন নামতে হয়, এক নম্বর অফার পাইতে হইলে মাইজিপিতে যাইতে হয়।
পরে না চোখের পলক কি তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক।
বার্জার ওয়েদার কোট গ্লো এর গ্লসি কোটিং ফর্মুলা বাইরের দেয়ালে দেয় চকচকে ফিনিশিং, বাড়ি দেয় এমনই ঝলক পরে না চোখের পলক।
কি তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক
অফিসে মিটিং ছিল।
নতুন কিছু বলো।
বিকাশ সেভিংসের সাপ্তাহিক টিপিএস সপ্তাহে সপ্তাহে টাকা জমানো যায় 6 মাস মেয়াদি মাত্র 250 টাকা থেকে শুরু
ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ
একদম ফ্রি
তাহলে এখন শুরু করি
Argentina campeã mundial, campeã da América, em ação mais uma vez. Aí o sorridente Macaco.
Kits tonight with the gold numbers as the two captains come to midfield. Lionel Messi, of course, for Argentina, Ener Valencia for Ecuador. Here are the match officials. It's an all-Uruguayan group tonight, led by center referee Andres Matonde of Uruguay. He refereed a match at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. It's his second game of the tournament. Assisted by Nicolas Taran and Martin Sopi, the fourth official Gustavo Tejera. The VAR room is led tonight by Leodan Gonzalez, assisted by Richard Trinidad.
A Argentina simplesmente para alcançar a semifinal. A arbitragem vem do Uruguai, Andrés Matonte. FIFA desde 2019 tem.
Now let's see the starting 11 for Ecuador, as named by Felix Sanchez. Their veteran goalkeeper, Alexander Dominguez, 37 years old. They'll probably need a big night from him tonight. Hincapié, Pacho, Torres, and Preciado across the back. Carlos Gruezo will play the key deep-lying midfield role tonight. He'll have to connect between the back line and the midfield and get them up the pitch. Sarmiento, Caicedo, Franco, and Paez, the midfield four. And up top, Ener Valencia, 41 career goals in 87 appearances for Ecuador. It's a great scoring record. Might he add to it tonight? There's the tactical lineup as head coach Felix Sanchez likes for Ecuador to possess carefully and build up in a controlled way. He's been criticized for that approach at times. It's not a given that they'll be able to have much possession against Argentina, of course. They'll have to fall back on their defensive foundations, and that is where they have a lot of depth. Can they keep Argentina's talents and brilliance out? Can they pick their spots and find ways forward when they have the opportunity? Looks as though Andres Matonde's communication equipment is being sorted out before we get started tonight. Felix Sanchez is from Barcelona. He began his coaching career in the Barcelona youth system at the age of 21. As you see them continue to adjust the referee's communication equipment. Looks like it's all set. So it's Argentina in their traditional albiceleste, blue and white. Ecuador in the dark navy kits with the gold numbers as the match ball is delivered to the center circle. It will be Argentina to kick things off. Lautaro Martinez ready to put his foot through the ball and start things tonight.
O áudio. O equipamento no jeito lá pro Andrés Matonte.
So, a full stadium, anticipation, expectation. 90 minutes, possibly
Os times
penalties
já
to follow.
posicionados no gramado, você ligado com a gente. Entramos no mata-mata.
The final countdown to kickoff. The opening whistle, and we are in motion in Houston. Defending champion Argentina, and underdog Ecuador in the Copa América knockouts. The winner to the semifinals. Argentina moving from right to left across your screen in this first half. Early touch for Nicolas Tagliafico. Such a hugely experienced Argentine side. Ecuador not pressing early on. They will sit back in their 4-1-4-1. Try to frustrate Argentina as long as possible tonight. You see Ener Valencia alone up top, wearing that sparkling number 13. Now a little bit of pressure applied and an early foul. Jeremy Sarmiento, just 22 years old. Plays for Brighton and for Ipswich. He's been on loan for the last year or so. 20th appearance for his national team tonight. He scored against Venezuela in the group opener. Rodrigo de Paul, so important in that midfield for Argentina. Distribution to Tagliafico. Gonzalez wins it back and now gets the overlap. One-touch ball to Martinez, got it stuck behind him and couldn't drag it in front. It's blocked out. And it will be a throw for Ecuador. Deep in their defensive territory. Enzo Fernandez charging down the ball at the end of that play. Preciado launching it up the touchline as far as possible. Tracking back to win it back. Lisandro Martinez. Martinez and Romero, the two center backs for Argentina. They've been just about impenetrable so far in this tournament. And they were rested in their last group game against Peru, but Argentina, no matter who was out there, did not concede a goal in their 3 group stage games. 2-0 win over Canada, 1-0 over Chile, 2-0 over Peru. Here they go again. DePaul poking it through and cleared before Martinez could reach it. This runs out for an Argentina throw. Early pressure from the champions. This is steered back. A chance for Valencia to race onto that. He was able to apply some pressure, but able to clean up was Martinez. This big crowd finally settling in a bit after that early buzz. They will roar back to life as soon as Argentina create anything going forward. There are a healthy number of Ecuador fans here as well. Those blue and white stripes will outnumber almost any team around the world. Messi dropping deep for a touch there. Helped on to Tagliafico. Now Gonzalez. Being closed down quickly by Preciado. Referee put his whistle to his lips. Now plays advantage for Argentina. So it was a foul against Ecuador, but he allows play to go on. McAllister. Another hugely important cog in that midfield. Missed touch there by Tagliafico. Lionel Scaloni on that Argentine bench. Again, they've only lost 2 of their last 61 games. Going back to that 2019 Copa America semifinal. It had been such a long international drought for Argentina. Didn't win a major international trophy from 1993 until 2021. It was a 28-year drought. So you see Felix Sanchez, former head coach of Qatar, coached them at the World Cup a couple of years ago. First time they've been able to get their way up the pitch. And that comes to nothing as Emi Martinez, who had to wait a long time to become Argentina's #1, had to wait a long time to be a starting goalkeeper in general at club level as well. He launches this long. Second ball. Fernandez was able to get there. He couldn't connect with Martinez. Pressure being applied by Argentina, and DePaul tackles it out. There's the president of CONMEBOL, Alejandro Dominguez. And now, here come Ecuador into the box. Chance for an early goal, and that's sprayed back to Martinez. I think that came off his own player. Almost a chance for Moises Caicedo to stun the champs early. 6 minutes in. And a warning shot for Argentina. Moises Caicedo still just 22 years old. This is generally a very young Ecuador squad. Part of the reason there's so much hope around this team in Ecuador. They've only qualified for the World Cup twice in their history, 2002, 2006. Talked about their history at Copa America as that was miscontrolled by Enzo Fernandez. This was the half chance a moment ago. It was just a simple throw. And then the flick on one by Valencia, and suddenly Caicedo was away. Just got it stuck under his feet a little bit. Argentina able to track back. Now Fernandez chests this down. DePaul marauds forward. Martinez kept moving for Gonzalez. Looks for the underlapping run. It was cut out. Preciado. Ecuador do well. Argentina claiming it was out. Play on, says the referee. Argentina have it back with McAllister. And they settle things down on the midfield stripe with Martinez. Switch to the left. Nicolas Gonzalez, not his best touch off his chest. First clearance attempt charged down, second one hammered away. See Felix Sanchez motioning for his team to get up the pitch. Ecuador can't afford to get stuck too deep in their defensive third tonight, but that's the kind of thing Argentina can do to you. The flag is up against Argentina. Offside, the first of the match. Eight minutes in. Ecuador doing okay so far. No big chances for Argentina to this point, but they are pressuring that ball. Lifted into the middle of the park. Ener Valencia. It's the kind of thing he's going to need to do tonight. Protect the ball, hold it up, let his teammates join in. Chasing after this one, but it's taken away. Man is down and play is stopped. That's Moises Caicedo on the deck for Ecuador. Alexis McAllister involved there for Argentina. That's the kind of thing he's especially good at. Plays for Liverpool, of course, in the English Premier League, as Felix Sanchez wasn't happy with that. McAllister, though, second in the Premier League last season in average tackles. Big part of Argentina winning balls back in the middle of the park, as he was there. DePaul. McAllister. And he was fouled. Free kick Argentina. Big crowd quiet as DePaul stands over this free kick. Takes it short and wide to Tagliafico. 10 minutes gone, 0-0 in this quarterfinal. First of 4 quarterfinals in this 2024 Copa America. Oh, that's dangerous. Ecuador onto this second ball in the middle of the park. And they prod it down the left side. Here's Ener Valencia. Valencia trying to cross it in first time. Blocked by the first defender. It's going to roll across the end line. It will be a corner for Ecuador. First attacking set piece of the match. And this is where anytime you're an underdog, especially one that has good center backs the way they do, you think you could get something. It's lofted into the middle, flicked clear to the edge of the box. Second ball recycled. Now the underlap and a chance to cross. Caicedo dispossessed. Great tackle by McAllister. There he is again. Shouts for a foul from Ecuador. Referee waved that away. It's going to be a throw for Argentina. Just talked about McAllister's tackling ability, and that was so important just there. First, he nutmegs Piero Hincapié, and then Caicedo goes down shouting for a foul and doesn't get one. Questions over Lionel Messi. Would he start? The answer obviously is yes. Now the question is, how long can he go tonight? Some thought if he started today, he might only play the first 45. I'm sure Lionel Scaloni would love for them to score a few goals in the first half and then be able to rest him for the second half and not have to make a real decision. If it's 0-0 or 1-1 at the half, that will be interesting. This is played long down the left side. Will it stay in play? Tearing after it, Sarmiento chops it with his back heel and does keep it in, but only to an Argentine defender, and the flag was up anyway. Yeah, that close, says Sarmiento. Maybe the ball did go out of play. Yeah, it was very close. And as young as Ecuador is, that guy up top, Ener Valencia, he's the experienced head, along with their goalkeeper. So up front and in the very back, the two oldest members of their squad. Could they make the difference tonight? Gonzalez couldn't reconnect with Tagliafico. And then the sliding block out by Lautaro Martinez. Martinez came up as a defender in his younger days. He said that he still thinks of himself as a defender. He still has that defender's mentality to chase everything. Why he was nicknamed El Toro as a kid, the bull. So we see the potential contact on Ener Valencia a moment ago. William Pacho, part of that excellent central defense for Ecuador. Alexander Dominguez, 37 years old, but in the form of his life lately. To make some really good saves against Mexico in their last group game to preserve that 0-0 draw that they needed to get through. They can make some progress down the left here. That ball has stayed in play. Caicedo, low cross, chance coming. Chance is there. Save made by Emi Martinez. Pulled back across. First time strike is over the bar. Two big chances for Ecuador back to back. Paez couldn't hit the target. It just wouldn't roll out for Venezuela, or for Argentina, that is, along the touchline. And then Ecuador were away. And first, it was Sarmiento breaking in on that left side. Martinez able to cut down the angle, and then Paez arriving late, but it was not on his favorite foot. See the first save again from Martinez, sticking out that left leg. A little reminiscent of that save he made in the World Cup final a couple years ago. The second ball falling to Paez, he'd prefer it on his left. It's Paez's left foot that's the magical one for him. His right, not quite as developed at just 17 years old. And wasn't able to keep it down. We're a quarter of an hour in, and the better chances so far to Ecuador. Very much hanging in against the favorites through the first 15, and they have a free kick here. Ecuador come again. This has been around the back. Ener Valencia, bad first touch, carried him wide. Tries to send it in front, and it's looped over onto the roof of the net. Another great chance. This time it was Preciado underlapping, fed by Valencia. And Ecuador playing really well in these early stages. That was onside. Perfectly timed run from Valencia. They can't keep wasting these chances, though. The cross was just a little bit behind Preciado, you can see there. Had to reach back just slightly with his right foot, trying to volley it into the roof of the net. There's no guarantee you're going to get many of those chances against Argentina. Now over the top, here's Lautaro Martinez. Martinez still racing after it, but taken back by Hincapié, and now the whistle goes. The flag is up for offside. Martinez hasn't seen much of the ball over the opening 17 minutes. It was Enzo Fernandez trying to clip him in behind. Did appear he was a fraction of a step offside. Looked like the right decision by the assistant referee on the far side. It's been impressive stuff from Ecuador. Remember, Canada played some impressive stuff in the group stage opener against Argentina, but they didn't take their chances, and eventually Argentina did. If you don't take your chances against a team like this, they will punish you at some point. That's a loose ball in the middle of the park. They're not clicking so far, the Albiceleste. It is Ecuador on top in these first 20 minutes. Here they come again. This is down the left. Lots of space again for Hincapié. Hincapié, low cross, penalty spot, up in the air it goes. Out for an Ecuador corner. They continue to knock. They're getting themselves to that end line, and those cutbacks are causing Argentina lots of problems. I've seen them get end line a few times in the last few minutes. Second corner for Latry. They take it short. Now they work it to Caicedo. His low ball in. Stabbed to the edge of the area. Sarmiento trying to work through a wall of blue and white shirts, and now Argentina looking to break. And they had a man brought down. Free kick. Molina asking for more than that. Hincapié the foul, and that'll be all, says referee Andres Matonde. Three shots for Ecuador, one on target. Nothing across for Argentina so far. That's a surprise, 19 minutes in. And so we expected that it would be Ecuador who would have to survive these early exchanges. Instead, it's Argentina who are hanging in at 0-0 right now. And they've not been able to break Ecuador's lines. It's 4-1-4-1 working really well. It's more like a 4-4-2 right now. Gonzalez. Tagliafico. Molina. Argentina fans trying to rouse their team. Messi and Molina. Switch to the left and Gonzalez. Good ball. Good takedown. Edge of the area. Fernandez. Top of the box. Argentina throw. 20 minutes gone. Quickly in for McAllister. Tagliafico. McAllister. Kept moving by Fernandez. Argentina reset. See how quickly Ecuador are decompressing and moving up the pitch when Argentina reset back to the midfield circle like this. Again, that's so important. Ecuador doing a great job not getting sucked in too deep, not getting pinned deep in their own territory. And that's tackled out. Great feet by Preciado. Martinez, first time volleys it into the middle into Paul. Had some space for a moment. That closes quickly. Out on the wing it goes. Now Messi. First time he's had a chance to dribble, and he squares it back post. It's going to stay in play. Gonzalez blocked at that near post. Still in for Fernandez. Fernandez cut back. Didn't beat the first man and volleyed away by Paez. Edge of the area. McAllister. McAllister's strike. And now Ener Valencia draws the foul. Free kick Ecuador. Well, it's the first time Argentina have seriously threatened tonight. There's the foul. Clear one on Christian Romero going through the back of Ener Valencia. But this sequence from Argentina, their best so far. First time Messi's had a chance to pick his head up and try to serve something. Eventually to the back post, Gonzalez had it blocked. It's hunted down by Fernandez. That didn't lead to anything in the end for Argentina. Has to be very pleased with how his team are playing, Felix Sanchez. Also has to be annoyed that they're not ahead. Midway through the first half, it's flown by. This first Copa America quarterfinal in 2024. That's one back by Ecuador. Chance for them to attack. Valencia into the middle. Referee says to get up. Argentina look to counter, but again they can't get out. Back for Emi Martinez. Ecuador have exactly the right people in exactly the right spots so far in this first half. Here's Messi. Messi bends that ball centrally. A return layoff intended for him from Fernandez wasn't great. Caicedo does well to keep it. Does well to find a teammate. That was Franco, who has it back. Argentina fans restless. Ecuador successfully frustrating the champions and their fans so far. Paez, great ball. And Capier, Ecuador throw. Problems to sort out for Lionel Scaloni. Felix Torres doesn't get up the pitch that often, and that was missed. Whose throw is this? It will be Argentina's. There is Ener Valencia leading the line and doing it very well for Ecuador. Yet to score yet this tournament. He's done so a bunch for Ecuador over the years. See the possession, 64% in favor of Argentina, but they've not managed to look very dangerous with it. So far, a little reminiscent of their last loss, which came against Uruguay in World Cup qualifying late last year. There's Fernandez. This will be another Argentine throw. It was a similar kind of game at La Bombonera in Buenos Aires when they lost 2-0 to Uruguay. They had about 64% of the ball in that game, but weren't able to break Uruguay down. Uruguay hit them twice on the counterattack. It's a masterful road performance by Marcelo Bielsa's side, who of course will face Brazil in another quarterfinal on Saturday in this tournament. McAllister. Messi. That'll work for McAllister. A little bit of space. McAllister comes to DePaul. Out wide. Messi. Poked away from him by Caicedo. McAllister and Messi. And Fernandez. Gonzalez. Cutting inside, Gonzalez. Rodrigo DePaul. Ecuador successfully keeping Argentina to the outside. Not allowing them to break lines. DePaul. Has the run to his right, doesn't use it, plays it centrally instead. There was nobody there. Paez looking to feed it out. Bad ball, turned over to McAllister. Alexis McAllister feeds it to the line. Chance to cross, lifted to the penalty spot. Header is wide. First real chance for Argentina tonight. Enzo Fernandez couldn't guide it inside that far post. For once, it was a bad decision by Ecuador, and the 17-year-old Paez got them in trouble, and Fernandez couldn't hit the target. Had to back up a little bit before meeting that header. That's always difficult. Better for Argentina. Messi sure looks like he's moving okay. Right adductor issue said to be the problem. Didn't play in their last game against Peru. Man down in the center circle, that's Valencia for Ecuador. I think Rodrigo de Paul is already lobbying for time to be added on for every time Ecuador's players go down. See what might have happened to Valencia. Well, forearm in the back from Romero as they were contesting that aerial ball. Here was the chance for Fernandez a moment ago. Argentina fans re-energized. McAllister showing the strength to win a free kick. And then gets dumped to the turf by Valencia, and Valencia goes into the book. First booking of the night goes to Ecuador's forward. Just flicked through that right leg. Ball was already gone. 30 minutes played in this quarterfinal, a third of the way through the 90. Again, no extra time in the quarterfinals and the semifinals. Only in the final would we play an additional 30 minutes if it were even after 90. Go straight to penalties in the earlier rounds. Ecuador throw. And again, that is a feature of South American soccer. It's that way in South American continental club tournaments too, like the Copa Libertadores, for example. So you see the confirmation of Valencia's yellow card a moment ago. Copa Libertadores, Copa Sudamericana, all of those competitions, until the final, there's no extra time in the second leg, for example. Those are two-legged ties until the final. But the fact that there's no extra time does make for more upsets. Having to navigate an extra 30 minutes against a favorite makes it less likely that an underdog can win and progress. The fact that that doesn't exist in a game like this gives even more hope to a side like Ecuador. They can hold out for 90 minutes. Generally, as an underdog, you'll take your chances on penalties. Although, of course, Argentina are really good at those, as they've shown in major tournaments the last few years as well. They have a throw deep in Ecuador's half. McAllister and DePaul. Going to create that space, and does well. Martinez now drifting out wide. DePaul. Martinez. Lisandro Martinez now. There's Lisandro on their back line. There's Lautaro up top. And there's an underlapping run and the ball too far for Gonzalez. Trying to feed him through was Tagliafico. We're all fortunate to be here on a night like this, but Ecuador, of course, they're not just here to feel fortunate, they're here to win. And they've been playing like it. Very confident opening half hour plus from Latri. Argentina getting better though. Last 5 or 10 minutes after a slow start by their high standards. Cristian Romero. Tagliafico. Ecuador is sitting off right now, daring Argentina to break them down. Messi. Game and atmosphere in a lull. It's a loose ball back. Martinez out of his area. Sweeps up for Romero. Now that press being applied by Ecuador. They clearly watched the game film from that game against Uruguay, but straight down the middle. Here come Argentina. It's Enzo Fernandez. It's Fernandez blocked out. First corner of the game coming for Argentina. Fernandez just forced to slow up, and he had bodies closing him down. First it was Preciado, and then the block. Off the back of Pacho. Argentina, even when they're not clicking from open play, they can still score decisive goals from set pieces. Part of why they've won so many in recent years. So versatile in the ways that they can find ways to win, even when below their best. Messi's corner, near post, flick backside. Did that cross the line? Yes, it did. Argentina have the lead. Lisandro Martinez. It came from Messi's delivery. The flick on was good. Martinez finished. Dominguez couldn't keep it out. 1-0 to the champions. It was McAllister who won the first ball. It's clearly over the line. Correct decision by the assistant referee. Dominguez got a hand to it. It was too late. First McAllister, then Lisandro Martinez. Argentina breakthrough. Far below their best over the opening 35 minutes. What did we just say? Even when not at their best, they're still dangerous from set pieces. It makes the difference there. Goal is still being checked. Now it looks like the referee has pointed for the ball to be placed down. It is a good goal. And off we go again. Argentina 1, Ecuador 0. Martinez in the 35th. It's a sickener for Ecuador, who had played so well but didn't take those early opportunities. Just like Canada didn't in the first half in the group stage opener. And usually when you miss a couple big chances against Argentina, they make you pay. Still a long way from being over, of course. But a big blow for Ecuador to concede first. Lautaro Martinez pushed over, and it's an Argentine free kick. Another look at the goal. McAllister crucially wins that initial flick, and then the back post was wide open. Nobody tracking that backside run from Lisandro Martinez. That flick was kept in play by Gonzalez. Not sure he meant to do it exactly like that. And a heavy touch. Having to just put it out, aimed to touch, was Dominguez. Ecuador a bit rattled now after that goal. Late stages of the first half. Lionel Scaloni, I'm sure, feeling a little bit better. Felix Sanchez trying to rally his guys. This heavily pro-Argentine crowd very much into it now. Argentina have faced Ecuador 16 prior times in Copa America matches over the decades. They've never lost to Ecuador at Copa America. Ecuador have managed to beat them a few times in World Cup qualifiers and friendlies, but never in this tournament. Hoping to change that tonight, of course. But behind now, shortly before halftime. Final 5 minutes of the first half. Tenacious tackling along that near touchline. Fernandez and Caicedo battling. It's an Ecuador throw. Bouncing Albiceleste in Houston. Now marauding is Gonzalez. Good turn. Very calmly done by Pacho, but then taken away by Gonzalez, who plays into Paul. And DePaul prods it over the top. It's Enzo Fernandez across the face. Nobody could tap it home. Lautaro Martinez the closest. Big let off for Ecuador. And especially for William Pacho. He turned away deftly from Gonzalez the first time. Gonzalez just didn't give up. Hunted him down, took it away. Fed to Paul, who found Fernandez running free. I'm not sure Fernandez was trying to shoot or pull it across the face of goal there. Either way, didn't quite work out for those in sky blue and white. This is going to be a free kick for Ecuador. starting to see more of the Argentina we're familiar with. Hunting the ball down aggressively in the middle of the park. Runners off the ball, creating rotations, creating overloads, making it difficult to track. They were very static in the opening half an hour. There's another example of that steal that they have in the middle of the park. Alexis McAllister and Rodrigo de Paul at the heart of that. Messi on the chase, lifted away from him. Look at Lautaro Martinez feeding Enzo Fernandez. Now Gonzalez. Good feet. Tagliafico. De Paul. Bundled over. Fernandez. Advantage being played. I think Argentina would prefer the free kick. Now play stopped. Paul just barged into. I think that was Ener Valencia. Remember, Valencia's on a yellow card already. Caicedo getting involved afterward. Messi with the ball tucked under his arm. There's some blood, it looks like, on the back of DePaul's head. Oof. Now, potential yellow cards aren't reviewable by VAR. Ener Valencia might be a little fortunate that that's the case, because if they were, I think he might be off for that. Picked up a booking about 10 minutes ago. Apparently not going to be a free kick. It's just going to be a drop ball for Argentina. We'll find out how much additional time we'll have in the first half as Valencia tries to win that and nearly did. He wants the free kick. He doesn't get it. More pressure being applied by Ecuador. And now they win it back. Scaloni furious that they didn't get a foul that time. Touched back by Caicedo. And whistle blows. Free kick Ecuador. We're into 2 additional minutes at the end of this first half. And Gruezo and Lautaro Martinez were face to face. Could Ecuador change the narrative just before halftime? Paez over this ball. Steps over it, leaves it for Caicedo. Caicedo tries to thump it in. It was blocked by the first man. That's McAllister, who goes over in a heap. I think he wore that right in the midsection. In the middle of everything for Argentina in this first half, Alexis McAllister, as usual, won the flick on at the near post for their goal in the 35th minute. And charging down this attempted cross by Caicedo. And here was the goal, and it's McAllister flicking it backside, clearly all the way over the line, and then some. Lisandro Martinez. His first ever goal for Argentina. McAllister will have to go off briefly for treatment, so Argentina will have to defend this moment with 10 briefly. McAllister wants to be let back on right now. Ball switched to the far side. It's going to run all the way through. Was it kept in play? It was, apparently. And now it's put out for a late Ecuador throw. Argentina thought that ball was out. Sarmiento almost was able to wriggle around the corner. Hincapié. Is there time to serve something in here? Argentina get it clear. They might have a chance to break. They do break. On the run with a heavy first touch, Gonzalez, but he's around the outside now. Nicolas Gonzalez into the middle for Messi. Laid back for Fernandez. Referee puts the whistle to his lips and blows for halftime. And that's the end of an absorbing opening 45 minutes in Houston. Ecuador had the better of things for the first 30 minutes. Argentina grew into it slightly and then opened the scoring from that corner kick in the 35th. The first goal in his Argentine career for Lisandro Martinez means that with 45 gone and 45 to go in the first Copa America 2024 quarterfinal, it's Argentina 1, Ecuador 0.
সামনের স্টপে বাসটা থামায়েন। টাঙ্গাইলের শিমুলতলের উপরে কিছুই নাই। এক নম্বর জিনিস পাইতে হইলে জায়গা মতো নামতে হয়। কি মুক্তা গাছের মন্ডা শহরে কই পাইবেন? ভাতিজা ভালো একটা অফার দেখে মোবাইলে নেট ভরে দাও তো।
দেখা হয় নাই চক্ষু মেলিয়া নিজের ফোনে মাইজিপি খুলিয়া।
কি কর?
এক নম্বর জিনিস পাইতে হইলে যেমন জায়গা মতন নামতে হয়, এক নম্বর অফার পাইতে হইলে মাইজিপিতে যাইতে হয়।
ওগুলো পাঠিয়ে দাও।
জি স্যার। বস রাস্তায় জ্যাম।
নতুন কিছু বলেন।
বিকাশ সেভিংসে সাপ্তাহিক ডিপিএস, সপ্তাহে সপ্তাহে টাকা জমানো যায় 6 মাস মেয়াদে, মাত্র 250 টাকা থেকে শুরু।
ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ
একদম ফ্রি।
তাহলে এখনই শুরু করি।
শারীরিক মানসিক ভাবে একদম ভেঙে পড়ছে। দেখ কি ডাব কত টক্সিক। তাহলে
আপনার মতো অনেকেই ড্যাম্পের সাথে টক্সিক রিলেশনে ভুগছেন, যে কারণে হতে পারে হাঁচি, কাশি, শ্বাসকষ্ট সহ নানা রকম স্বাস্থ্য ঝুঁকি। তাই আর নয়, ড্যাম্প ওয়ালের সাথে টক্সিক রিলেশন। বার্জার মিস্টার এক্সপার্ট ড্যাম্প গার্ডই সঠিক সলিউশন।
দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্যবৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়। দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্যবৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়।
দেখা হয় নাই চক্ষু মেলিয়া নিজের ফোনে মাইজিপি খুলিয়া।
কি কর?
এক নম্বর জিনিস পাইতে হইলে যেমন জায়গা মতন নামতে হয়, এক নম্বর অফার পাইতে হইলে মাইজিপিতে যাইতে হয়।
খেলার সময় হলো উঠুন,
প্রতিযোগিতা প্রচন্ড,
সব খেলাই আসন পেয়েছে
বিজয়ের টেবিলে।
এবং খেলা দুই গুণ হয়ে আপনার সেরা দলটি জিতবে, কিছু মজা করতে একসঙ্গে আশা আশা। পরে না চোখের পলক, কি তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক,
বার্জার ওয়েদার কোট গ্লো এর গ্লসি কোটিং ফর্মুলা বাইরের দেয়ালে দেয় চকচকে ফিনিশিং, বাড়ি দেয় এমনই ঝলক, পরে না চোখের পলক।
তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক।
দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়। দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়।
একটি কবিতা, দশটি খুন, উদ্ভ্রান্ত কিছু মানুষ।
পোস্টমর্টেম করলে লাশ নিজেই সব কথা বলবে।
প্রতিক্ষণে রহস্য বাড়ছে দ্বিগুণ। ফোনটা করলো কে? আসছে রইল বাকি 10 ট্রফিতে।
Let's run Xbox, pump it up. Let's run Xbox, catch your eye. Let's run Xbox, do we try? Be out, enjoy the game tonight. Let's run Xbox, oh, oh, oh. Let's run Xbox, oh, oh, oh. Be out, enjoy the game tonight.
শারীরিক মানসিক ভাবে একদম ভেঙে পড়ছে। দেখ কি ড্যাম্প কত টক্সিক। তাহলে
আপনার মতো অনেকেই ড্যাম্পের সাথে টক্সিক রিলেশনে ভুগছেন, যে কারণে হতে পারে হাঁচি, কাশি, শ্বাসকষ্ট সহ নানা রকম স্বাস্থ্য ঝুঁকি। তাই আর নয়, ড্যাম্প ওয়ালের সাথে টক্সিক রিলেশন। বার্জার মিস্টার এক্সপার্ট ড্যাম্প গার্ডই সঠিক সলিউশন।
দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়। দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়।
Let's run Xbox, pump it up. Let's run Xbox, catch your eye. Let's run Xbox, do we try? Be out, enjoy the game tonight. Let's run Xbox, oh, oh, oh. Let's run Xbox, oh, oh, oh. Be out, enjoy the game tonight.
পরে না চোখের পলক, কি তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক।
বার্জার ওয়েদার কোট গ্লো এর গ্লসি কোটিং ফর্মুলা বাইরের দেয়ালে দেয় চকচকে ফিনিশিং, বাড়ি দেয় এমনই ঝলক, পরে না চোখের পলক।
কি তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক।
দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়। দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়।
দেখা হয় নাই চক্ষু মেলিয়া, নিজের ফোনে মাইজিপি খুলিয়া।
কি কর?
1 নম্বর জিনিস পাইতে হইলে যেমন জায়গা মতন নামতে হয়, 1 নম্বর অফার পাইতে হইলে মাইজিপিতে যাইতে হয়।
Let's run Xbox, pump it up. Let's run Xbox, catch your eye. Let's run Xbox, do we try? Be out, enjoy the game tonight. Let's run Xbox, oh, oh, oh. Let's run Xbox, oh, oh, oh. Be out, enjoy the game tonight.
শারীরিক মানসিক ভাবে একদম ভেঙে পড়ছে। দেখ কি ড্যাম্প কত টক্সিক। তাহলে
আপনার মতো অনেকেই ড্যাম্পের সাথে টক্সিক রিলেশনে ভুগছেন, যে কারণে হতে পারে হাঁচি, কাশি, শ্বাসকষ্ট সহ নানা রকম স্বাস্থ্য ঝুঁকি। তাই আর নয়, ড্যাম্প ওয়ালের সাথে টক্সিক রিলেশন। বার্জার মিস্টার এক্সপার্ট ড্যাম্প গার্ডই সঠিক সলিউশন।
এখন জন্ম সনদ দিয়ে খোলো বিকাশ স্টুডেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট। নিজের বিকাশ নিজে কর।
দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়। দ্রব্যমূল্যের লাগামহীন ঊর্ধ্বগতিতে হাঁসফাঁস, মূল্য বৃদ্ধিতে স্বস্তি দিতে বসুন্ধরা টিস্যু নিয়ে এলো নিশ্চিত ছাড়।
পরে না
চোখের পলক কি তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক
বার্জার ওয়েদার কোট গ্লো এর গ্লসি কোটিং ফর্মুলা বাইরের দেয়ালে দেয় চকচকে ফিনিশিং, বাড়ি দেয় এমনই ঝলক পরে না চোখের পলক।
কি তোমার বাড়ির ঝলক Let's one Xmas, pump it up. Let's one Xmas, play your drum. Let's one Xmas, guess it right. We are gonna win tonight. Let's one Xmas, whoa, let's one Xmas, whoa, we are gonna win tonight.
স্যার লেট কেন?
বেতন দিতে।
বিকাশ দিয়েই তো বেতন দেওয়া যায়, বিকাশ নাই?
বিকাশ
তোমাদের জন্ম সনদ তাহলে বিকাশও আছে। এখন জন্ম সনদ দিয়ে খোলো বিকাশ স্টুডেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট।
স্যার অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে আর কি লাগে?
ভেরি গুড কোশ্চেন। বয়স হতে হবে 14 থেকে 18 আর মা অথবা বাবার বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট নাম্বার, কারণ ওই নাম্বারে যাবে কোড আর ওই কোড দিয়েই খুলবে নিজের অ্যাকাউন্ট। ক্লিয়ার? এখন বলো বিকাশ দিয়ে কি কি করা যায়?
নিজের মোবাইল রিচার্জ,
গুড,
ক্যাশব্যাক।
আরে পিছনে বসে তো সবার থেকে এগিয়ে।
স্যার পেমেন্ট।
শাবাশ, তাহলে বিকাশ করো, নিজের বিকাশ নিজে করো। সামনের স্টপে বাসটা থামায়েন। টাঙ্গাইলের শিমুলতলের উপরে কিছুই নাই, এক নম্বর জিনিস পাইতে হইলে জায়গা মতো নামতে হয়। কি মুক্তা গাছের মন্ডা শহরে কই পাইবেন? ভাতিজা ভালো একটা অফার দেখে মোবাইলে নেট ভরে দাও তো।
দেখা হয় নাই চক্ষু মেলিয়া নিজের ফোনে মাইজিপি খুলিয়া।
কি কর?
এক নম্বর জিনিস পাইতে হইলে যেমন জায়গা মতন নামতে হয়, এক নম্বর অফার পাইতে হইলে মাইজিপিতে যাইতে হয়।
The coverage of this Copa America 2024 brought to you by Grameenphone. খেলার এক নম্বর দুনিয়া প্লেব্যাক স্পোর্টস নিয়ে দেখুন সকল খেলা in association with বসুন্ধরা সিমেন্ট, বাংলাদেশের সবচেয়ে শক্তিশালী সিমেন্ট। বসুন্ধরা সিমেন্ট, প্রজন্মের বন্ধন, ওয়ান এক্সপ্যান্ড স্পোর্টিং লাইন্স।
Back for the second half here at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. Argentina 1, Ecuador 0, thanks to the 35th minute goal from Lisandro Martinez, assisted by Alexis McAllister. It came unsurprisingly from a Lionel Messi corner kick. And that's the combination that put Argentina in front at the break. Despite getting off to a slow start, they grew into the game and always dangerous from set pieces. And that paid off for them to give them the advantage. Ecuador will be encouraged by how they played in the first half, but it has to lead to end products now in the second 45. Enter Valencia, their star striker, is on a yellow card. There is Lisandro Martinez. Got to celebrate his first goal for Argentina. Playing for a spot in the Copa America semifinals, the first of 4 quarterfinals this weekend. Another one tomorrow, then 2 on Saturday. Venezuela, Canada, Uruguay, Brazil, Panama, Colombia. Tremendous set of quarterfinals. All leading up to the final on the 14th of July in Miami. Both these teams still have every chance to be there. Lionel Messi back out for the second half. Again, there was speculation, first of all, whether he would start or play at all tonight, then whether he might just play the first half. But clearly he's going to play longer than that. How much longer, we'll see. Emi Martinez made a massive save in the first half, one-on-one against Jeremy Sarmiento to keep it scoreless at the time. Give Argentina the platform to withstand that slow start and eventually work themselves in front. Referee Andres Matande blows his whistle. Off we go again in the second half. Can Argentina consolidate their advantage and move on to the semifinals and continue to defend their title? Or can Ecuador come back and spring a big upset? And they had a chance down that right side. It rebounds off Kendry Paez. An early goal kick for Argentina. And again, Felix Sanchez has to be happy with a lot of what he saw in that first half from his team. But they couldn't take advantage of that sequence of chances that they created early on. And Lionel Scaloni knows his side started slowly, but he'll be delighted with how they're finding a way so far. And they'd love an early goal in this second half to settle things, of course. Messi's first touch of the half was taken away eventually by Caicedo after it was deflected by Paez. That's a good turn by Sarmiento. Hincapié. This whole left side for Ecuador was great in the first half. But again, you switch off for one moment from a set piece against the defending champions and you get punished, and that's what happened to Ecuador. So you see the reset of everybody on the pitch for both sides at the start of this second half. He's faced criticism back in Ecuador, Felix Sanchez. Some fans and pundits back in Ecuador are not happy with how he's set this side up to play. A lot of expectation, the most that Ecuador has ever faced with this young and very talented squad. No longer content to just make up the numbers in South American football, Ecuador. They believe they can challenge for major honors. Tough draw here, getting Argentina in the quarterfinals. Still in this, early in the second half. Oh, big shouts from the far side from Ecuador looking for a foul. Referee uninterested in those. We go on. Now the whistle is blown. It's a free kick for Argentina. Fernandez. Clear foul on Caicedo, but he was upset about the earlier contact moments before. This was Preciado coming together with Tagliafico. It's tackled away by Felix Torres. All the way back for Alexander Dominguez. This might be his last shot at a major tournament, Dominguez. 37 years old. He'd be 39 by the time the World Cup comes around, if indeed Ecuador qualify for it. And again, Dominguez has been getting better with age. Ecuadorian observers say he's been playing the best of his career so far. So maybe he will make it to that World Cup if his side are able to be there. On the edge of the area, this is swept away. And a foul against Lautaro Martinez. So even though Argentina fans will be feeling better about their side, now having the lead, just a one-goal advantage. And again, if Ecuador were able to find that equalizing goal, all of a sudden you'd start thinking about penalty kicks again, because we would not have extra time if we were level after 90. Not in the quarterfinals, not in the semifinal, not until the final. The next goal always crucial in knockout football, but especially right now. Hopeful ball forward. Argentina able to read that. Steered toward Lautaro Martinez. Took a deft touch. Now flagged down by Hincapié. Immediately was swarmed by Rodrigo de Paul. Ecuador do well, though. Alan Franco. 5 minutes into the second half, Ecuador again have started the half well. Caicedo still. Forward for Valencia. Tried to get himself turned. He had a man running off the ball. Couldn't feed it to him. Play goes on, though. Down the left, there's space for Sarmiento. Edge of the area. Sarmiento switching to his left foot. Now Valencia tried to take it off him. They got in each other's way. Miscommunication, but they're able to hunt it down again. No. Free kick Argentina. Foul given against Carlos Gruezo. Ecuador incensed. Yeah, the studs were up on Messi. Caicedo. Was a high follow-through from Christian Romero a moment ago. That was why Caicedo went down. And Romero did kick the ball before following through on Caicedo. Yeah, I think that's what referee Andres Matande is saying in response to protests from the Ecuadorian players. Of course, just because you get the ball doesn't mean it can't be a foul, doesn't mean it can't be a serious infraction. In Matande's view, that was incidental and accidental. Not worth any further action. VAR, of course, can review that if they choose. Has again been a bit of a slow start in this second half for Argentina, just as it was in the first. They still haven't conceded a goal in this tournament yet. Canada had a few really good chances in that first game. Chile had a couple late in that second game that was 0-0 for a long time before Lautaro Martinez won it in the 88th. Even Peru had a couple opportunities. They hit the inside of the post late in their game. That Argentine goal has not been scored on so far here at Copa America 2024. Moises Caicedo needing treatment for quite a long time after getting kicked on that follow-through by Romero. Just to show you how solid that central defense has been for Argentina. Christian Romero playing the first two games in that group phase. He was rested in the third game against Peru, but in those first two games, he contested 15 tackles and he won 14 of them. So, well, Lionel Messi gets most of the headlines, and deservedly so in many cases. It's that steal in the midfield and that central defense pairing, along with Emi Martinez in goal, that has given Argentina that solid platform for players like Messi to flourish at the other end over the last few years. That was what they didn't reliably have for a long time. Another look at the contact between Romero and Caicedo. You see the appeals for a VAR review from Ener Valencia. Just a free kick for Argentina, which Emi Martinez will launch forward. Launches it right into the box where it's taken down, and the turn and strike by Lautaro Martinez skids wide. It's not a bad set piece. That's what it turned into. Emi Martinez able to ping it into that opposing box. Great back-to-goal play by Martinez, able to take it down and get turned. Not quite able to wrap all the way around it. Most assumed at the start of the tournament that Julian Alvarez would be the starter up top with Messi throughout this Copa America, but Lautaro Martinez left Lionel Scaloni with no choice after scoring twice off the bench in the first 2 games, then scoring 2 when starting, ostensibly just to give Alvarez a rest in that last group game. But 4 goals in 3 games. He's been hot. He's forced his way back into the starting 11. Wonderful first touch there. Tried to backheel it to Messi. Here come Ecuador through the lines. Enter Valencia trying to get around the edge, but Romero takes it away. But then he scuffs his clearance, and it's out for a corner. It looked like Romero had the situation in hand, but it will be a set piece for Ecuador. Just their 3rd corner. And they create something from it. Caicedo skids it in low near post. It volleys out. It's another corner. Or is it? Which way is the referee pointing out? Looked like he initially pointed toward the corner. Now he does, yes. 2nd consecutive corner for Ecuador. Andres Matande refereed in the Copa Libertadores for many years. This shouts for handball from Ecuador. But those have been quickly checked. Nothing there, says VAR. On we go. Another corner. This one lifted in on goal. Fairly simple catch for Emi Martinez. And Rodrigo de Paul down in the goal mouth. He was in a big battle with Alan Franco by the penalty spot. Now, the ball did graze Enzo Fernandez's left arm. I think VAR determining that the arm was in a natural position. Lisandro Martinez in the 35th minute, one of those central defenders for Argentina, scoring from a corner. That's the difference. So we've played nearly an hour in Houston. Valencia. Between a bunch of blue and white stripes, somehow able to keep it. Now this is Hincapié, taken away. Back to his goalkeeper from Lisandro Martinez. Protected by Valencia. Very scrappy moment right now. Caicedo able to flick it around the corner. Sarmiento by the end line. It's out for another corner. Again, Lisandro Martinez had to hustle over and put it out before Sarmiento charged through. 3 corners in the last few minutes for Ecuador as they turn up the pressure again. Can they make that pressure pay? Can they produce end product? Can they produce a goal? Caicedo in low, near post, took a deflection. Referee points to the spot. It's a penalty for Ecuador. The handball was given this time. Argentina protest. It will be looked at, of course. Let's see. Now it comes off DePaul's knee and volleys up onto his arm. Or did it come off the Ecuadorian player first? I thought it came off DePaul's leg from that first angle. Second angle looked like it came straight off the attacker. Of course, DePaul saying, my arms were tucked to my body. Where else are they supposed to be? Kendry Páez took the penalty and scored it against Jamaica, just 17 years old, but it looks like Ener Valencia is demanding the ball this time. Remember, Páez is only 17, and he just turned 17 a couple months ago. And instead, it's going to be the veteran Valencia placing the ball on the spot. Felix Sanchez can't watch. Emi Martinez being talked to by the referee. It looks like this has been checked, and it appears that it has stood. DePaul still arguing, still pleading his case, but it's in vain. And it is going to be Ener Valencia. 41 career goals for the 34-year-old. His 88th game for his country. Plays in Brazil for Internacional, trying to haunt Argentina at Copa América. Valencia against Emi Martinez. The pressure is big. And he missed! Off the post! Second ball deflected, side netting, it stays out. It stays 1-0 Argentina. What do we have now? Valencia sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Did Martinez come off his line early? Yeah, I think it's been checked. He did not come off the line early. That was what was initially called by referee Andres Matande. He was calling for a retake, but you could see the replay there. That back foot was still on the line. And Ener Valencia, having sent him the wrong way, just pulled it wide off the foot of the post. Second ball stayed out as well. Just scuffed it. Didn't connect cleanly with it. Trying to roll it calmly into that corner. An inch too far. Emi Martinez, as usual, celebrating wildly. Says it all from Felix Sanchez. Game not over yet, but was that the moment that the quarterfinal was lost for Ecuador? Will they get a better chance than that to equalize? Missed a couple wonderful chances in the first half. Now they miss a penalty in the second half. It has hardly been a vintage performance from Argentina. Not that their fans care at the moment. This long ball over the top. Might be a chance for Nicolas Gonzalez to create something here. He's looking for a corner. He gets one. This will be just the second of the match for Argentina, but they scored the goal from their first one in the 35th minute. And for Ener Valencia, this has to be agonizing. Here comes Julian Alvarez to replace Lautaro Martinez, the first change of the night for either side. So after 4 goals in the 3 group games for Lautaro Martinez, held off the score sheet today. And Julian Alvarez, who is now in a bit of a goal drought himself. It had been Martinez who was mired in a slump with Argentina for a long time. Now it's the other way around. Alvarez hasn't scored in his last 15 appearances for Argentina since the World Cup semi-final against Croatia. Lionel Messi over this corner. See Argentina stacking those shirts up on top of the penalty spot. Messi's outswinger. Top of the 6, headed away. DePaul. This will be chased after by the end line, but it will roll out for a goal kick. 65 minutes gone, 25 minutes remaining. Alvarez on the pitch for Argentina. How long does Felix Sanchez wait to make any changes? Has to be tough for him because I think he has to love a lot of the things that his side have done, a lot of the things that the 11 players on the pitch have done for 65 minutes, but it's not showing on the scoreboard. That's a problem, especially when you're facing Argentina. At times it has been a nervous Argentina crowd in Houston tonight. They're in a good mood right now. Nahuel Molina taking this throw. Aiming for Messi, it was taken away by Caicedo. Swept back up by DePaul. Now Messi, running at the back line. Lionel Messi. Shimmies to the inside, tried to lift it toward the penalty spot. Good touch. Tackled away from Tagliafico, clean back up to DePaul. DePaul lofts it for Messi. It reaches Messi. Lionel Messi straight at Alexander Dominguez. First shot of the night for Messi. It was poor defending from Ecuador to let it fall to him. They get away with it, and they have a free kick. And now the Messi chance as we enter the final quarter of this game. Another free kick for Ecuador. Lautaro Martinez has to watch the rest of the night. Quite a luxury for Lionel Scaloni in Argentina to have Lautaro and Julian Alvarez to choose from as Messi's strike partner. Alvarez, of course, plays for Manchester City. He's already won every club trophy there is to win at a young age. Champions League, European Super Cup, Club World Cup. Of course, he's won the FIFA World Cup as well. He was so key to Argentina's run to that title in 2022. It's a good tackle won by Molina. And still down for Ecuador. That's Hincapié. Now the referee stops play. Well, on second viewing, I'm not sure how much of the ball Molina actually got. That was more shin to shin than foot to ball. Here's the moment a moment ago. It just looped over the head of Torres and fell right to Messi. Here was the penalty miss by Ener Valencia. Did everything right until the finish. Emi Martinez, who so often goes the correct way, so good at getting in takers' heads and then reading which way they're going. Not that time, but it still stays out. And Argentina still have not been scored on in this tournament. Good persistence in the middle of the park. And it breaks down for Ecuador, and Messi is on the charge the other way. And Messi making that space for himself. Messi flicking it. Alvarez got it stuck under his feet for a moment. Keeps it moving for DePaul. DePaul toward the back post, flicked away. Enzo Fernandez up for it. Argentina throw into the final 20 minutes. Chested down by Alvarez. Now Ener Valencia. He's the only man up for Ecuador. They're getting themselves pinned deep now. This is where Argentina can wear you down late in the game. Still no changes made by Felix Sanchez for over 70 minutes. DePaul said he was tugged back. Referee agrees. Andres Matande awards the free kick. Yeah, just a little drag back from Hincapié. Lionel Messi over the free kick, as you'd expect. That 9-day layoff between games seems to have done Messi an enormous amount of good. He's looked great tonight, after being clearly hampered by a leg problem in that second group game against Chile. In from Messi. Flick to the top of the area. Scuffed again. And now Valencia tries to break. And Ener Valencia is on the run. Ball hanging up on this turf. Valencia keeps possession, lays it off for Paez. Caicedo now. Bodies joining the attack for Ecuador as they chase this equalizer. Hincapié lifts it toward the backside, goes over everyone. Hunted down by Preciado. Preciado lifts it back to the mix. Here's Valencia. It wouldn't sit down for him, and it's cleared away. Not Ener Valencia's night so far. Still time for Ecuador. Ecuador fans outnumbered but chanting "Si se puede." Their team certainly still believed that. Trailing to a 35th minute goal from Lisandro Martinez. From open play, they have been Argentina's equal tonight. Preciado was fouled. Ecuador in a hurry now. Lionel Scaloni wants his troops to get forward. Wants them to press the ball, especially Julian Alvarez. Now the Argentina chant. Ecuador have not beaten Argentina in 16 previous Copa America meetings. They don't necessarily have to win this game outright. They'd settle for an equalizing goal and to take this to penalties. Although they'd still have to get by Emi Martinez in those if they were to get that far. But trailing 1-0 with 16 minutes to go, you'd still take your chances on that as an underdog. This is tackled away and won back. Good work again from Sarmiento. Just 22 years old. He's had a great night. Now Caicedo. Franco trying to lift it around the corner. Preciado goes tumbling, clutching his face. And now the referee stops play. And a yellow card is out for Caicedo. It was DePaul also down for Argentina. How high exactly did that forearm get from Nicolas Gonzalez? It was hard to tell from that angle. And Caicedo penalized for a foul on DePaul at the end of the play. Final 15 minutes. Caicedo just the second player booked tonight, along with Ener Valencia. A change has been made now for Ecuador. It's Sarmiento off, along with Kendry Paez. Alan Minda and Kevin Rodriguez come on. Minda scored a brilliant goal on the counterattack against Jamaica in their second group stage game to put that one away in a 3-1 victory. Kevin Rodriguez, a forward, so you would assume that they'll go with two up top for the rest of this game. Kevin Rodriguez plays his club ball in Belgium. He scored one goal for Ecuador. This is his 16th appearance for them. Minda's goal against Jamaica was his first in Ecuador colors. Just his 7th appearance now. Also plays in Belgium. You saw Argentina getting ready to make a change of their own. That ball left a little bit short. And this time Preciado is rewarded with a foul. And it is a yellow card to Nicolas Gonzalez. First of the night for Argentina. There was the yellow card for Caicedo when he bumped into DePaul. It is a double change for Argentina. Nicolas Otamendi and Giovanni Lo Celso coming on. Lisandro Martinez, the goal scorer, comes off. We'll see who else is coming off for La Albiceleste. It is Enzo Fernandez, the other to make way. So Lo Celso will go into the midfield. Otamendi slots in at center back alongside Christian Romero. Two substitutions remaining for Lionel Scaloni. Nicolas Otamendi, 36 years old, very experienced guy to bring on to try to shore things up late. Now between the lines. Almost fell for Ecuador there, but not quite. It was the first chance for Kevin Rodriguez. See this massive crowd in Houston. Mostly here to see Argentina and Messi. It's been Lisandro Martinez goal, a center back, separating the two teams so far tonight. That and the missed penalty by Ener Valencia, who hunted that ball down, but was offside in the process. And now two more changes for Ecuador. Carlos Gruezo off, so is Ener Valencia. And John Yeboah and Angel Mena come on. See Valencia's distress. John Yeboah just his 6th appearance for Ecuador. He's already scored twice. He plays in Poland. Angel Mena, this is his 60th time appearing for Ecuador. He plays for Club León in Mexico. This is headed back, and Dominguez can take. It's a hard-working night for Ener Valencia. That penalty miss will haunt him unless Ecuador can turn this around late. Final 10 minutes. Argentina edging closer to the Copa America semifinals, despite not their best performance tonight. Get up, says the referee to Rodrigo de Paul. And what a wonderful turn, accelerating through the middle of the park. And bundled over for a late free kick for Ecuador. Yeboah, just on a couple minutes ago, draws a dangerous set piece. And a yellow card for Tagliafico. Look at this take and turn. And then the motor from Yeboah. Not a bad yellow to take for Tagliafico. That's a veteran's yellow. Professional foul. Wasn't going to let Yeboah through. Still a nice distance for a free kick. Mena is around it. So is Alan Minda. 14 and 15 for Ecuador. Minda and Mena. And Emi Martinez setting his wall. Instead, it's going to be struck with the left. It's into the wall. Second ball still alive for Ecuador. Back for Franco. Has to recycle it all the way to midfield. Disappointing for Ecuador in the end. And whistle stops play. Argentina were away on the counter as Julian Alvarez had dispossessed his man. They had a man down behind the play, and they're furious that Andres Matande didn't play advantage. There may have been concern about head contact from Matande. It's Christian Romero on the deck for Argentina. It was Mena who took the free kick. Definitely was not head contact, although still very painful looking. Unfortunate for Argentina because Julian Alvarez was gone. Well, expected goals certainly don't tell the whole story of a game. Sometimes they're interesting to look at just as an anecdote. And it is indicative of how Ecuador have played very well against Argentina tonight. Their expected goals about 1.4 to Argentina's 0.8. So Ecuador shading the game, you could say, statistically. Doesn't matter, of course. Argentina have the goal. That's what matters. They have a lead with just a handful of minutes left. Ecuador have played very well, just haven't been able to produce the final finish. They're running out of time to do so. Alvarez protects the ball, lifts it over the top. Messi lurking for it. Messi tries to head it down. It's Messi on it now. Messi wanted the return ball. Lo Celso dwelt on it for a little bit. Paul, did he keep it in play? Now it's out. It is a throw for Argentina. That'll do for them. Nahuel Molina in no hurry to track that ball down. Return to him, looked like it came off him last. It is an Ecuador throw, and they're in a hurry to take it. Referee wants Hincapié to move back. Is there a late twist for Ecuador? Can Argentina see this out? See their way to another semifinal? That's not good from Ecuador's standpoint. 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Felix Sanchez trying to urge his side to a late push. DePaul boots it forward. This falls to Messi. Flying kick from Molina. This is an Argentina throw. Put out by William Pacho. Molina launches it down the line. And that clock continues to melt for Ecuador. They're about to make their last change of the night. It's Jordi Caicedo to come on. Not yet, though. This goes over Alvarez. It'll be a goal kick. First, that last change. Alan Franco makes way. Felix Sanchez has played all his cards now. Jordi Caicedo plays for Atlas in Liga MX in Mexico. 3 goals for Ecuador, 17th cap tonight. Launched forward, edge of the area, touched away by DePaul. Only as far as Hincapié. There's DePaul in the way again. There's Lo Celso. Now DePaul. Argentina so dangerous on these late counters. There's Messi getting his body in the way, taking the contact, winning the free kick. So good at managing a game, Lionel Messi, especially when he's not 100%. Knows when to lay his body on the line, when not to. Just a few minutes left and his side nursing a 1-goal lead in this quarterfinal. That was the time. Allowing them to take more time off the clock. Remember, Emi Martinez pinged one all the way into the other box that led to a chance for Lautaro Martinez earlier. Lifts this one to the edge of the area. Don't win the first ball this time. Second ball falls to McAllister, then it's taken away from him. And Ecuador have players up the pitch. Argentina racing their way back into position, and there is McAllister doing exactly that, breaking up the play as he does so many times. And those are the little moments and why Argentina have won titles. Seems like a little thing, but it's massive. Forward from Ecuador, top of the area. It's flicked back, bodies tumbling. Martinez can pounce, and Argentina can breathe. Otamendi down. He was battling for position with Jordi Caicedo. He did get his arm stepped on. It's the 115th appearance in an Argentina shirt for Nico Otamendi. Alexander Dominguez, we're into the final minute of the 90. How much more will we have beyond that? That flick goes backward for Argentina. Chance now for Ecuador. It's Caicedo. Caicedo scuffs it high into the side netting. And it comes to nothing for Latry. Will they get another chance tonight? Jordi Caicedo just on a few minutes ago. It was a slip at the back by Argentina, and they were scrambling. Kevin Rodriguez wanted it pulled back to the penalty spot. Fourth official about to show the amount of stoppage time we will have. And it is 5 minutes. Five more minutes for Argentina to manage, see their way into the semifinals. 5 more minutes for Ecuador to grab a late equalizer and force penalties. It's an Ecuador throw. Argentina shouting for a free kick. Messi was taken down. They fell. We go on. Progress was made and a free kick was won by Angel Mena. They take it quickly. Argentina still have a man down. Ecuador don't have to wait. They don't. Argentina playing a man light. It's swung into the area. It's flicked on. It's in! An equalizer for Ecuador in stoppage time. John Yeboah at the death to give Ecuador new life. It's 1-1. The man went down for Argentina. Ecuador got on with it, and they played against 10, and it paid off. It's onside. Now that second ball wasn't touched. It's going to stand. It was Yeboah with the ball in. And it was Rodriguez with the flick on. The assist to Yeboah, the goal for Kevin Rodriguez. And Felix Sanchez celebrates. And immediately motions for his team to keep their heads. It is being checked. The only thing that could wipe this goal off is if they determine that Jordi Caicedo was somehow interfering with play when that ball left Kevin Rodriguez's head. Caicedo was in an offside position. He was stretching for it. Would that be enough for them to deem that he was interfering? We have seen goals chalked off for those marginal interfering from an offside position calls in various leagues and competitions over the last couple of years. He starts to stretch for it, kind of pulls back, Jordi Caicedo. It's Rodriguez making the contact. Emi Martinez, I don't think was getting there either way. Andres Matande saying, well, what do you want me to do? It's out of my hands now. And a nervous wait for 72,000 inside NRG Stadium. Ecuador fans praying this gets confirmed. Argentina fans praying it gets wiped out. Of course, the longer this goes on, the more nervous Ecuador will get. The more Argentina will hope that there are reasons being found to overturn it. And it is close. It did certainly appear that Caicedo is in an offside position. Was he, by the letter of the law, interfering with the play? Goal confirmed. It is 1-1. I think it's the right call. Caicedo isn't making contact with it. Martinez wasn't going to get there. And Ecuador back from the dead. And we're minutes away from penalties now, unless one of these sides can find a late winner. Now, that was a long VAR check, so who knows how much stoppage time we're going to have now. We're on 95 minutes. That goal was scored at about 91 minutes. So we should have another 4 minutes or so. Ecuador want to win it right now. They're down the right side. They're into the area. From the end line. Pulled across. It's out. It's a goal kick. It came off Angel Mena last. Nahuel Molina was substituted out for Gonzalo Montiel, and I think that's for penalties. Montiel, remember, scored a couple key penalty kicks, including the World Cup winner during those World Cup knockouts 2 years ago in Qatar. They have to get there first, and it's Ecuador looking likelier to win this before that. Back for Martinez. Had to play it off the deck. It's stabbed back forward. Man in an offside position for Ecuador. He tags up. Wonderful first touch from Caicedo. Caicedo now by the end line. Caicedo across. It's knotted wide. What a chance. They could have won it right there. Oh, alone in front of the penalty spot. Jordi Caicedo. I understand the reaction. Well, a few minutes ago, it were Ecuador praying for penalties. Now it's Argentina. They have another man down. Play is stopped. Now, Argentina have made all of their substitutions. That was Nicolas Gonzalez, who looked like he was grabbing the back of his leg. Never a great sign. Launched forward again by Ecuador. Argentina having trouble dealing with these long balls. Handball given that time against Ecuador. And there's the final whistle, and we will go to penalties in this Copa America quarterfinal. Kevin Rodriguez with the stoppage time equalizer for Ecuador. It finishes Argentina 1, Ecuador 1. It will be decided from the penalty spot, 5 kicks each at least. Emi Martinez will have a chance to play a big role at the end. So will Alexander Dominguez for Ecuador. Enner Valencia missed a penalty in normal time. Won't be able to take one now because he's off, having been substituted. And again, Ecuador would have gladly taken this at the start of the night. They certainly would have taken it when the clock ticked over 90 minutes. Emiliano Martinez has been so good on these penalty shootouts over the last few years. He won a semifinal shootout in 2021, help Argentina to that final where they would beat Brazil, of course. He won 2 penalty shootouts in the World Cup in 2022 against Holland. Made a couple saves there. And of course, that legendary performance in the shootout against France. But it could end right here for Argentina. Looking to form a dynasty over 2 Copa Americas and a World Cup. Something only Spain have been able to replicate lately. They, of course, winning the Euros in 2008 and 2012, around the World Cup in 2010. Argentina, Copa America in 2021, the World Cup in 2022. The odds-on favorites by a lot at the start of this competition and at the start of these knockout rounds. To win another this year, they have been pushed to the brink by Ecuador, who were great tonight. And for a long time, it looked like they weren't going to get the payoff. And they still might not. Argentina may very well still find a way in this penalty shootout, as they have so many times recently. But huge credit to Ecuador. Regarded as their most talented team ever. Mostly very young. And they have a chance to do something legendary over the next few minutes. Felix Sanchez with the inspirational talk. So many different approaches from coaches to penalties. Some of them train them extensively, some hardly do at all. Some of them have very extensive and detailed lists before a knockout game of who would take if it were to get that far. Others prefer to just look in their players' eyes before a penalty shootout and make their decision from there. Well, whatever your approach as a coach, it all comes down to the players on the field and the 2 goalkeepers. Messi meets with Alexander Dominguez and referee Andres Matonde. It will be the coin toss to determine who decides which end it's taken from and who goes first. Again for Alexander Dominguez. He doesn't have many of these moments left, 37 years old, on a stage like this. This is perhaps his chance to etch his name into Copa America lore. Emi Martinez has already done that in this tournament and on the World Cup stage. It will be Argentina to take first. It will be Lionel Messi to take first. He took first and scored against the Netherlands in the World Cup quarterfinal in 2022. He took first and scored in the World Cup final against France. And both times he just strolled up laconically, waited for the goalkeeper to roll the wrong way and rolled it the opposite direction. What will he do now at 37 years old? 108 goals for Argentina in 185 appearances. Nothing left to achieve, nothing left to win, but he still wants more. And his team need him as they start this shootout. It is Lionel Messi, and he chipped it off the bar onto the roof. He missed. Incredible. It was again the calm run-up and the clip, but this time he put too much underneath it. Instead of rolling it on the deck like he did twice in the World Cup, he clipped it up in the air and put too much air under it. Early advantage to Ecuador. Can they capitalize? It's Angel Mena to step up first for them. Now Argentina need Emi Martinez. Mena, saved by Martinez. He does it again. He read Mena like a book. Went the right way. It's at a comfortable height. Still a good save. Argentina right back in it. And now Julian Alvarez. Hasn't scored in his last 16 appearances. And scores here. Dominguez went the right way, but Alvarez put it perfectly in the top corner. 1-0 Argentina in the shootout. Can't take them much better than that. Anything less than perfect, and Dominguez would have saved it. Alan Minda next for Ecuador. Scored against Jamaica from open play. Very different scenario here. Minda versus Martinez. Martinez again! Went right, saved it with his left. And then did the dance. And those in Albiceleste dancing along with him so far. 1-0 Argentina through 2 frames. And now Alexis McAllister. One of the underrated parts of this team's spine. And he slams it into the corner. 2-0 Argentina. The prayers were answered, at least from their standpoint. Another perfect penalty, side netting. Opened up his body and sent the keeper the wrong way. Well, it's not completely a must-make for Ecuador, but it basically is. And it's John Yeboah who steps up. He assisted their equalizing goal late, and he keeps them in it here. Great penalty. 2-1 after 3 frames. And it's almost too much for some. This time Martinez went the wrong way. Wouldn't have mattered. Gonzalo Montiel scored the World Cup winning penalty in 2022. Then he scored the Europa Cup winning penalty in 2023. And Montiel scores another one here. The penalty king put on right before the full-time whistle just to take that penalty. Rewards Lionel Scaloni for that decision. And Argentina are on the brink of the semifinal. And Lionel Messi, a very relieved man so far. Ecuador have to make this. It's basically triple match point for Argentina in tennis terms. They would have to miss their last. Ecuador would have to make their last 2 in order to force extra frames. Jordi Caicedo on as a late substitute. Caicedo has to score. He does. Just barely. Martinez got something on it, couldn't keep it out. 3-2. Felix Sanchez and his side. And that man, their hopes still alive by a thread. Let's see how close Emi Martinez came to getting this. Went the right way. It just came off the top of his left knee, didn't it? But now, a chance to win it for Nico Otamendi, 36 years old. Second most senior member of this squad behind Lionel Messi. Otamendi to send them to the semifinals. He does! Argentina prevail. Pushed to the absolute brink by Ecuador, but the champions do enough. And they are on to the Copa America semifinals. Emi Martinez is a shootout hero again, saving those first two penalties. Nicolas Otamendi, another who came on late. And Lionel Messi, relieved. It does not turn out like the 2016 final in the Copa America Centenario in the United States, where Messi missed early in that shootout and his teammates couldn't prevail. This time, they did. Otamendi slamming it into the corner. Another perfect penalty. Again, Dominguez went the right way, but couldn't do anything about it. Not reaching that. And even though Messi missed, Argentina's overall experience in these situations showed over the rest of the shootout. And Lionel Scaloni, a subdued celebration. A kiss planted forcefully on his cheek. He knows his team will have to improve a lot in the semifinal. But again, they made it work tonight. It's the mark of champions. They hope it's the mark of a future repeat champion. Heartbreak for Ecuador, who did so much tonight. Got the late equalizer that they probably deserved, and then they had the chance to win it late, and it was that man who had the chance. It's an agonizing end to the night for Jordi Caicedo, who missed that opportunity in the final minute of stoppage time, that free header on the penalty spot, and then had his penalty go in the shootout, but still not enough for his team. And this crowd of 72,000, mostly in Albiceleste, roaring their heroes on to the next round after having to sweat this one out. Ecuador will hope this is just the beginning for them. Such a young team, so much promise, so much talent that they are accumulating. Again, for Alexander Dominguez, you're not sure how many more of these he'll have, and he knows it. But a valiant effort by all of those in navy blue and gold tonight. And Felix Sanchez, again, has faced some criticism. Some fans not liking his style of play that he brought with him last year, but certainly had his team set up ideally tonight to frustrate the defending champs, to frustrate the world champions, and almost shock them on the Copa America stage. In just a moment, we'll hear from players on both teams. We'll see our final statistics and the final match highlights before we say goodnight from Houston. It ended in 90 minutes tonight.